All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
But more of the R-rated film that most other people do. There's some salty language in it and shit like that.
We work very well together, okay?
Gruesome twosome!
Gruesome twosome!
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
These guys are laughing.
I'm here for the gangbang.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Inconceivable!
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Set no substitutes.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 201.
What? The peanut butter and jelly of podcasts.
Nice.
There's nothing sexier than that.
No, not at all. And also, congratulations, because you're no longer in your introductory classes. You're now in the 200 level classes.
Good point.
For those who've done college, generally the intro classes are 100s. And yeah, if you haven't, I'm explaining it. Or if
perfect.
You're, dense. Like we is.
We is.
All right, so first thing we have to talk about
is
there's some unfinished business from this 200 episode.
All right.
The voicemail that we got where we were like, who is this? Because it broke like right as they were saying their name, was a friend of the show, Cheeto Bandito. So, wanted to send a shout out to him to, thank him for calling in.
I miss the Cheeto Bandito.
I do too. I miss him on the Twitters too because he was
saying.
A good follow.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed, man.
Yeah,
Come back
I'm glad
soon.
he still listens.
Don't make us have to make another armband. That's all I'm saying.
It's true.
It's too many already.
I know.
I don't want to have to keep singing Boys to Men. It's hard to say goodbye,
For some reason, I was singing that song earlier.
That's always my go-to when it's, for, losing someone or whatever. That's always the song that runs through my head is,
I don't know why it was even running through my head.
Probably because of those years we did as a boy band and sang a lot of Boys to Men.
That's true. Yeah. With those videos with the hair blowing, the wind blowing our vest and shit askew.
At the time, our hair was blowing,
That's true.
We were fresh-faced and,
Fresh-faced, yep.
Luxurious locks, just
thick locks of
just
hair
flopping about in the breeze.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. So yeah, I think that's about all the business from that episode. Other than once again, thanks for everyone who called in, listened, supported us, booed us, had signs at the live events,
all that jazz.
Yeah, all that.
Sent us Apple Watches.
I don't think anyone's done that yet.
I'm still waiting.
I think we're going to be waiting a while.
Probably.
Damn it.
But if people wanted, instead of, buying us Apple Watches, they can always go to teespring.com/saltylanguage, Brian.
Why would they do that?
For the low cost of $14, you too can have a Salty Language t-shirt.
So we're sending them to Bono and the Edge?
Yeah, if they order them.
Oh, well, you said you too can have them. I just don't see. I'd love to see Bono rocking a Salty Language t-shirt.
So would I. Jeez, that'd be awesome.
Especially if he's on TV somewhere.
Yeah. No, it's on one of those. It's kind of almost like a Kickstarter site. Mm-hmm. So if we hit a certain threshold, people get t-shirts.
Yep.
And we're not out X amount of dollars for having a garage full of shirts.
Right. And, if you're curious why we went this way, it was for multiple reasons. One is the one Tony just mentioned, so we don't have a mountain full of T-shirts.
Yes.
Two is so that we can keep the cost down, because it's so awful how much a lot of these T-shirt sites want from podcasters for T-shirts.
Yes.
Forcing us to ask almost $30 for a T-shirt is just insane, and you really don't get much out of it. Like, the shows get a couple bucks. That's about all you get. It's terrible. So we decided to go this way so we could keep the price down so you can buy multiples. You can buy like 10, 12 instead of 3 or 4. And
I mean, our goal is 25, just kind of test the waters, but the absolute bare minimum to get them printed is 10 shirts.
Right. So help us out to get to that. You know, as Tony put on the Twitter, for the low price of $14, you can become the newest walking billboard for salty language.
It's true.
And if you ever meet us, you know, we'll dip ourselves in paint and rub against you.
I'll tell you, I'll even guarantee this.
I'll sign your titties.
That too.
I've said that before, though.
Yeah. No, if for some reason I run into you and you're wearing a salty language T-shirt, I will buy you a drink.
Ooh, nice. Water.
Unless you're Brian.
Water, right? Yeah, damn it. Stupid rules. Time to change my name. I'll put on my mask and go Signor Delicioso.
It's like it's like the contest clause. You just can't work for the same company that's putting the contest up. Same idea. So T's right out too.
Okay, I was just going to say, so anyone who we've named as a Tonyco employee is right out, correct?
Anyone associated with the show. That includes past enthusiast guests.
Perfect. I like this plan. This is smart. You're saving lots of money this way.
Hell yeah.
Pretty smart.
Fine print, baby. Right.
Meanwhile, Big Dev's listening going, damn it, I got to hurry up and get a shirt. Oh, man. Yeah, actually, if we've already met you in person, this offer is also void.
Right. If their names come up on the show at all.
Right. Yeah, if we've ever mentioned you, in fact. No, anyway, so, you know, if you can help us out that way, that'd be great. Throw us a couple bucks in our pocket, and you get
plus
you get a shirt out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And best yet, you get to show off to everyone, you know, you just instantly become sexier wearing the shirt.
This is very true.
Sexy by association, if you will.
Indeed.
Which might be the title of the show. We'll see how it goes. So
It's good. It's a good title.
All right. So what was that site again, Tony?
teespring.com/salty language.
All right. So, yeah.
And I'll put a link and shit on the website.
Oh, yeah.
As is tradition.
Yes. Yes. We are nothing if not filthy whores.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty exciting, though. We finally, you know, only took us 4 years to get a fucking T-shirt.
Well, yeah. And honestly, if it goes well, then we could start, you know, some of the other slogans we have set aside for shirts and see what happens.
Right. Like,
you know?
Like hello and other stuff. Hashtag more Brian.
Right, exactly.
Because everybody wants hashtag more Brian T-shirts. What would be great is if we made that one available and that was like the best-selling T-shirt.
That would be pretty damn funny, wouldn't it?
Just for the joke of it all, you know? Be like,
I think that'd be quite excellent.
Right. Because there'd be nothing greater than meeting various people, seeing that on a shirt.
Right.
I mean, I'd probably autograph it.
I guess I kind of have a episode 200 follow-up as well.
Okay.
When I think about it.
All right.
This week I watched Kung Fury.
Oh, that's the first thing on my list to talk about.
We should talk about it then.
So is it the greatest thing ever or the greatest thing ever?
It's one. If they make a sequel, then it becomes the second greatest thing ever.
Right. All right. Fair enough. That was fantastic. I watched it last night, actually. Finally.
I mean, if you have 30 minutes, set it aside.
So good.
Make sure you put on fresh underbritches.
Well, yes.
Because you're going to soil them.
Right. You might want to pack a reserve just in case.
It's true.
You know, like put another one in the, you know how like when you keister stuff, you put like an extra parachute in there, you know, in case the first one fails.
Right. Naturally.
Right. Same idea.
All right. So I'd recommend a beverage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A snack. Fresh britches.
And a Salty Language t-shirt.
A Salty Language t-shirt. A karate bandana.
Also, always a good idea.
And one of those creepy Japanese jerk-off tents you can put in your lap.
That's weird. Or, hear me out, a second Salty Language t-shirt.
Oh, right.
You know, or if you're looking for something super soft, you could buy a Bob Heller tee, because I hear it's like having your nipples kissed by angels.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So what better for your crotch?
It's true. Angel blowjobs.
Right. Yeah, And it's funny because like when it starts off, I love how there's like tracking issues and it's a VHS. So good. I will say this: people who never really watch movies on VHS, there's going to be a little bit lost on this to them, maybe because of the tracking and different stuff. But that was that just added to the charm of the whole thing. And Kung Fuhrer, oh my god,
yeah, Kung Fuhrer was awesome. I love Thor's cameo.
Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah, like Chico my pecs. Oh man, I love when he gives the girls the phone, and then it goes into like an '80s infomercial about all the different things that the buttons. Yeah. Oh man.
And everyone was gaga this year about the Daredevil corridor fight.
Yeah.
It's got nothing on Kung Fury fighting Nazis.
No,
I hate to say it.
Nazis even.
Nazis.
Yeah.
You're doing kickflips on a Nazi.
Not to mention Triceracop.
Oh, geez. Triceracop, yeah.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
So good.
Normally, this does not happen with our website.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep Kung Fury in the video of the week 2 weeks in a row.
As it should be.
They need to go and watch it.
You should. It's so good. And there's actually, when I was on their website, and at the end, if you go to their website and watch it, because I don't know how the link will work through ours or whatever, but there's another link to where you can watch the music video that David Hasselhoff did for him.
Oh, shit.
And it's epic.
Because that's on YouTube, because the way with the... With the, what's the word I'm looking for, Brian?
Technology.
With the technology. That wasn't it, but it'll work.
Tekanina.
Yeah, so the Tekanina that we use for our website, you have to use YouTube links to have videos.
Right, and I watched it like from kungfury.com.
So if the Hoff, if that is on YouTube, then that will be you'll be a full-blown Kung Fury video of the week orgy on our homepage.
As it should be,
as it should be.
I mean, I've got to say, you've got to appreciate old kung fu movies, kind of, and 80s stuff and cheesy stuff, too.
Oh, it was such an 80s cheesy movie.
But it's perfect.
It was.
It's so damn perfect. As one of my favorite things in the whole thing is when he's falling towards his car and he shoots the door to open.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, anyway, so there's this Hoff video that, it's David Hasselhoff doing a tremendous 80s music video. They also on the website have like a fighting game. There's like an app.
Oh, no shit.
It's Kung Fury, then you fight like Nazis and such. So
that's cool.
Yeah. I haven't played it or anything. I'm just putting it out there.
Right.
So yeah, this was all Kickstarter based, and I was a little disappointed because I was hoping that what the 30-minute thing was like a tease to the full movie, but that's not what it is. The 30-minute thing is actually the movie. But there clearly could be a sequel.
Wide open for a sequel, yeah. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
So damn good, though. I do appreciate Hitler giving the speech about how he's, the greatest Kung Fury or Kung...
The Kung Fury, whatever. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was so good. I guess we should probably not give everything away, but... Nah, yeah. So, yeah. Highest recommendation possible.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't just half an hour, I would totally be like... And I actually thought about texting you, being like, dude, we need to do a commentary track on this. Because it's only half an hour.
Minutes,
yeah, like we could totally do it. And we could do that and just put it on the website even, or on YouTube or whatever.
This is true.
But we'll see. Maybe that'll be in the works down the road.
I mean, at risk of alienating some of our newer listeners, I give Kung Fury 9.5 Channing Tatums.
Man, that's an old reference. old reference, but very well done, sir. I agree. There's not much room for improvement.
Yeah.
Other than hashtag more Brian. Or Salty Language t-shirts.
Or a sequel.
With Salty Language t-shirts.
Yes, that too.
Also, by the way, kudos on the Facebook page for putting Salty Language the t-shirt for your yeah.
That's actually how it's titled on Teespring.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes. That's so good. That's
the name of our campaign.
That is
Salty Language the t-shirt.
such a great Spaceballs reference.
I couldn't resist.
I mean, it's no Salty Language the flamethrower, but kids love these things. Or kids love these? I think it's kids love these.
Oh, kids love these.
Yeah. So good, though.
Since we're on the subject of, like, movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I have an observation. Have you seen any trailers for Pixar's newest movie, Inside Out?
Yes.
Okay. So I saw a trailer yesterday for the first time because you know me, commercials can suck it.
Wait, so you don't go and watch all the trailers that are coming out?
No.
All right.
Shocking, I know.
Yeah, I don't either.
But so it was like one of those things. I think I was exercising, and Jeannie was over here, and the remote was all the way over there.
Yeah.
And we both were like, meh, you know. So the trailers are going, and I had to rewind it to catch the name of the movie because all that is Pixar's take on Herman's Head.
You know what's funny? The very first time I saw it, I was standing in the living room and my mom was sitting down, and I was like, "Hey, do you remember that show Herman's Head?" And she was like, "Yeah," and she's like, "You're right."
That's exactly what I did yesterday. Except I had to Google the name of the show.
Oh, I didn't, but
because I'm watching the trailer and I looked at Jeannie and I'm like, you know, this is just that show on Fox.
Yeah.
This is the same show. What was that show called? Because that's all that is.
Yep, with all the little voices in his head, and
and
each
they were
one was a
played by
different
people, and
Yep.
it's all it is.
It certainly is. Although I got to say, this one will probably be funnier.
Probably be funnier
because Herman's Head wasn't that funny.
Way more money.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Herman's Head was not a great show.
I watched
it too. Yeah, I think I watched it mainly because it was different.
Right.
You know, nobody else was really doing. I mean, we all wanted to know what was inside some guy named Herman's head.
Oh boy, we probably don't want to know what's up there.
Probably not. You're right.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's not one of those names that's that needs to carry on.
Yeah, there's that Herman again at the edge of the woods by the playground.
Did you say hermit? No. No, the hermit is less creepy.
Yeah. We welcome hermits.
Yeah.
Herman, though. That ghoul.
Right? Yeah, that's right out for sure.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting.
Right. All right, well, if we're doing little woos... So I sent a tweet to our pals over at the Get Into Character podcast last night, which everyone should go listen to because they're a good time funny. Because on their latest episode, I think, they had a band from Grand Rapids called Bet on Rats on with them. Have you listened to that episode yet? I
don't know. Is
like
it brand spanking new?
They're playing acoustically, like, in their place. Like, they play, 3 songs. Yeah. So, anyway, I checked out their Bandcamp page last night, and, man, I really dig their stuff. Like, it's kind of got a little haunting, weird sound to it. They actually have a stand-up bass player instead of, like, a bass guitar.
Right.
But they're playing, like, rock music with this. Anyway, I was digging. I played the LP, like, 4 times in a row. There's only, like, 4 songs on it, but I played it, like, 4 times in a row because I was just really digging it. Reminded me a bit of, like, Braided Veins when we were first grabbing that and, just playing the hell out of that LP,
I just played that the other day.
Yeah, me too, because it's good. So, yeah, there's that. And then
You say the band is Mouse Rat?
No, not nice. Bet on Rats.
Oh, okay.
You silly. And I also, because I saw a link from Huffington Post, there's a band called Algiers. That's a newer band. Apparently there was an older band named The Algiers or Algiers, and they did a way different kind of music. This group is kind of taken some of the clapping and stomping that's in, like, punk rock music,
right,
with kind of like a gospel backdrop to it. It's really interesting. Like, I really dug that. So I bought their album this week, and
nice.
So I was really digging that. It was kind of nice listening to some, like, brand new music, like bands I'd never heard of, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I miss doing that. It reminds me of, like, going to random live shows and such. So, where you just stumble into bands, as we've done a few times, and
I'm like, oh, who is this?
Yeah. So, yeah, I got that. I'll have links for both of their pages and such in the show notes. If you want to have a listen.
Right.
Like I said, you can listen to all of Bet on Rats, all 4 of their songs on their Bandcamp page. So,
I'll have to check them out.
Yeah.
Because, I do remember. God. I remember listening to that episode.
Yeah.
And enjoying what they were playing. Now that I got my words right.
I will say this. I kind of like their version on Get Into Character of the songs a little better. Like, I don't know what the difference is, but I like just the way it sounded on Get Into Character a little bit better. So, but whatever. And also, if the Get Into Character guys happen to be listening, you guys should do that kind of show more often, if possible.
Oh, right.
Because that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's the kind of podcast I would certainly listen to a lot of. I'd be all in on podcasts that, do that kind of, like, actually, because it reminds me of, do you remember they used to have what was it called? There used to be a local radio show that would do that. Like, bands that were coming through the area, they'd have them come in, talk with the band a little bit, and then they'd play, like, a few songs. I know there was, like, a nationwide one that was, like, Rockline or something like that.
Right.
But there was a local one that would do it, and it was smaller, more indie kind of bands. And I used to love that show because, you find out about bands you never heard of before because they're the openers or the mid-card guys. And, there's got to be podcasts out there, and I'm sure I'm just missing out on them.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Like, if you probably put new music podcasts or something.
Because if not, then... Because I like the fact that they talk to the guys in the band, though, too. It's like you learn about the band a little bit. So, yeah. If that doesn't exist, somebody needs to make that happen, because I think there's a market for it.
Maybe.
Also, they should go buy a Salty Language t-shirt.
Oh, well, it's true. It's only $14. Plus shipping.
Right. Which happens to be about $99.95.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, they got to make money, too.
Right.
I've been like Johnny documentary this week.
Yeah?
Yeah. I watched 2.5. I don't know if that makes you Johnny documentary. It's more than I watched last week.
Well, let's put it in perspective. I have watched 0 documentaries this week.
Fair enough.
Compared to me, you're Johnny documentary.
Well, it was one of those things where I'm just looking at my DVR and I'm like, there's really nothing recorded I want to watch, or, we watch some shows together and I can't do that because that'd be rude.
Nah, it's fine.
So I popped on old Netflix and I watched this documentary called Dogfight, D-A-W-G Fight.
Okay.
And it's about this dude named Dada 5000.
Okay.
Right? And he used to run with Kimbo Slice. He was in that like circle.
All right.
And he wants to get into professional fighting, but they kind of like, blackballed him or whatever.
All right.
Not really blackballed him, but just kind of like cut him out of the whole picture of Kimbo.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so he started doing this whole backyard thing that's like turned into an event in Florida.
Oh, jeez. Like the stuff like Kimbo used to do?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But they put up like a ring.
Yeah.
And they pay, like, they charge free people to come into his yard, and he's like, the cops love us because they know when we're having one of these things, everyone in the neighborhood's here.
That's true, yeah.
And I don't know, it was a pretty interesting documentary to watch, and the guy, well, I won't give anything away, but I would recommend, although it's got some, it's got some touching, like, heartbreaking moments, not heartbreaking, because I'm a monster, I'm dead inside. For normal people, it's probably heartbreaking. For me, I was like, oh, that kind of sucks.
Right. I'm a monster, I'm dead inside. And new t-shirt.
But there is bare knuckle fighting in it. So, if you're not into that, I wouldn't recommend watching that.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know. It was a pretty good documentary.
I was listening to Jim Ross's podcast a few weeks ago, and he had Ken Shamrock on there.
Right.
And this was at the point where Ken Shamrock was about to fight that dude bare knuckle style.
Right.
And Shamrock was actually making the case that bare knuckle boxing is actually safer than like MMA fights, because when you do bare knuckle stuff, you're aiming for just the fleshy part of the face and head.
Yeah, you can't punch as hard.
Because if you hit in the wrong spot, you'll destroy your hand and you'll lose the fight, basically.
I've heard Joe Rogan make the same argument.
Yeah, and I could totally, that makes sense. I could see that, and he's like, across the fight, you'll land a few good shots. He's like, but you have to really be good at boxing and picking and choosing your spots. He's like, you can't just throw... Like in MMA, you throw anything. If you see an angle, you take it, kind of a thing. As long as it's a good angle. Whereas in the bare knuckle boxing, if you have a good angle, but it's at the temple, that's not where you want to hit, because you're going to destroy your hand, basically. So I was like, huh. Yeah,
I've heard that argument before from I said, Joe Rogan.
I had never thought about it like that before, but it makes total sense. Yeah.
Well, it's like the whole argument that they were better off playing football in the leather helmets than the high tech helmets they have now, because now they use their head as a weapon.
Right. When in those days you wouldn't, because
Yeah, or like look at rugby.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Who needs helmets?
Right. Goalies. I'll stand by goalies need helmets, but
right,
because those guys that used to just wear that piece of leather as a mask, animals.
Right. Yeah. Savages.
Just animals. Because, just the level of danger on that.
Right. But so then today I watched Atari Game Over.
Okay, I think I had that one in my queue.
That one was it was about the urban legend of the burying of the ET cartridges out in the landfill.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was more about the rise and fall of Atari.
Yeah.
Which it was pretty interesting, and it's only like an hour, so it's really
which is surprising.
That's
actually.
2 viewings of Kung Fury.
Well,
so watch Kung Fury twice.
Yeah,
then watch
okay.
Atari
I was going to
Game
say
Over.
let's not compare the two, or Atari's not getting any love here because I'll watch Kung Fury twice. I might even go a third time.
It's true. But yeah, that was another good one. And then I just started throwing one on, and this one's it's just about when Banksy was in New York and the fervor it caused.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he was doing shit every day.
Yeah.
I'm about I just only probably 15 minutes into that one. That's on HBO though.
Somebody I follow on I don't remember if it's Instagram or Twitter. They were somewhere and there was like some Banksy artwork, and they were gonna post it, and they were like, "Yeah, I decided not to because like as soon as it's kind of discovered, it gets taken down a lot of times or whatever."
Yeah.
And,
gets tagged over, or
Right.
people take it to sell it.
my thing is, it's like I don't know. I just don't know how you know that Banksy actually did it. I mean, realistically, Banksy could be Hydra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there could be, 28 people that are Banksy, essentially.
Oh, yeah, which would be a great gig.
Right.
Because, a great little, not gig, great ploy.
Right, because you could hit anywhere. You just put a little space in there so that people think you traveled even though you didn't. And just do some tag work and, Because especially with a lot of Banksy stuff, uses a lot of stenciling.
A lot of stencils.
So,
right.
You could, fool around with it. And you could have a think bank that comes up with the idea and then go do it.
ThinkBanksy?
Oh! God. What? That feels like a show name, doesn't it? Thank you for ruining my ears.
Couldn't resist.
I know. You are a son of a bitch like that. So I've been watching. I watched the final season of Moon Boy,
right?
Which Hulu just put up a couple weeks ago, and I did.
That makes me sad because I don't have Hulu anymore.
Oh well, it makes me sad because I also know there's no more seasons of it, and this
I
one
really
wasn't.
Enjoyed Moon Boy.
This season's not as good as the previous two, but
then I'm not. I'll just watch Kung Fury.
There's still some good stuffs in there, but anyway, and I started watching season 2 of Deadbeat, which it's a Hulu original show. And you watched the first season of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if you remember, like when we talked about it before, I was kind of like, towards the end of the first season, I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of in. This season's, I'm like 2 episodes away from finishing the season, so I'll finish it. But I think I'm out at the end of this season. And they keep dragging out the stupid, like the Chamomile character, the fake psychic on the show.
Right.
And it's just, the more I watch it, I'm like, they could just remove her from the show and you wouldn't miss her. Like, you absolutely wouldn't miss her. She's not necessary. And here's my proof. Okay? Who was the villain on Quantum Leap?
I have no idea.
No one.
Okay.
The circumstances were the villain, generally. When he was trying to get something to happen and things didn't go the right way. Because really, this show is very much Quantum Leap.
Right.
Because the point is he's trying to help someone with unfinished business so that they can go to the light.
Right.
Well, Quantum Leap was he was trying to find unfinished business for that person so he could basically leap.
So he could leap home.
Right. So it's very similar when you look at the premise. So
hoping my next leap would be to leap home.
Let's not do this again. All right, go ahead. No. But yeah, I was like, this character is 100% unnecessary. Like, you don't need a villain on this show. The circumstances themselves are the villain of the show. You don't need an actual villain because, trying to, like one I watched last night, there's a girl in a bunker. The bunker's underneath a sperm bank, and they have to figure out how to break into the sperm bank to get to this bunker.
Fair enough.
And I'll tell you the cast of characters on the show because I know you'll appreciate it, which is...
If I would call that bunker a spunker. Carry on, Brian.
I don't know if Spunker would get past iTunes. Probably not. That's too close. It's a little too on the face, if you know what I mean. Or as they say on that show, they refer to that as ghosting. Anywho, so the cast of characters on this show is Tyler Labine is the main character. Right. Brandon T. Jackson is Rufy, his drug dealing pal.
Right.
Well, he's kind of out of the drug game at this point. So a guy who worked for him, who happens to be a dwarf named I can't think of his name now.
Tyrion Lannister?
No, Brad. Oh God, he's a comedian.
Oh, Brad Williams.
Brad Williams, thank you.
Oh yeah, that dude's hilarious.
He's on there and he's doing like this G act, which is hilarious. And then, because they need some creep who donates to the Spank Bank, want to take any guess as to who that is?
Jim Norton?
Ding! And of course, while they're at one point, as they're breaking in, he keeps trying to spank it in every room of the Spank Bank, basically.
Oh, you gotta have a goal.
Right, and the woman who works there won't let him spank in the lounge. So while they're doing things trying to get into the bunker, you see Jim Norton disappear. And earlier, after he had donated, he's drinking Smart Water, and he's like, I like to replenish after I spank. And then he comes around the corner, and they're like, where the hell were you? And he's drinking Smart Water. So it's like, yeah. And they're like, don't tell me. And he's like, I thought you'd be happy for me. It was like I fulfilled a dream.
His bucket list.
Yeah. I was like, oh, little Jimmy. So, yeah. That episode was pretty good, but, a lot of the episodes are kind of
just hit or miss. It's kind of like the first season.
Yeah.
It was watchable, but it wasn't something I was like, my God, I got to watch this whole thing.
Right. Yeah, none of the episodes.
It's no Kung Fury.
No. None of these episodes are bad, and they're only 23 minutes each. It's not like it's, an hour long.
7 minutes less than Kung Fury.
I know. You know what that means is if you watch a few episodes, you could have watched Kung Fury 3 times.
It's true.
Or twice.
It's true.
Or however you want to do your maths on that.
Yeah.
So anyway, enough of that. That's about all I've been watching, though. So since most TV shows are on.
It'll be a no spoiler event here.
Okay.
But did you watch the newest episode of Game of Thrones?
I was just going to bring that up, and yes.
Good googly moogly.
Yeah, finally a lot happened. Me and Heno and various other people have all kind of made comments about how this season seems like it's dragging its feet a little bit.
Yeah.
See what I did? Anyway, there's a little joke in there without being spoiler. Anyway, but boy, did this episode kind of ratchet things up.
It was a good episode.
It finally, I was like, yes.
I wanted to fly off the couch, just fist pump, yeah.
But it makes sense because this was episode 8 or 9 of the season.
There's 2 left.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're almost done with the season already, so it better start amping up a little bit here because if it doesn't,
a good episode though. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure this one was rape free, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know. It might have been background rape I missed.
There were some pretty vile acts going on in it, but.
Well, yeah, but you'll have that shit.
I didn't see a lot of internet outrage about this episode. I
Westeros
saw a lot of.
is a vile place.
True. Yeah. All right. So what else we got here? Well, I guess we never did the anything in life or anything this week or.
Oh, all right.
No, I don't really have anything. I just didn't know if you did that. We didn't do the "How's your week been?" that we normally do.
It's been a week. Been busy.
Well, it's
it's just pretty standard anymore. Seems like. What did I do? I'm trying to think.
Dance party.
I fixed my Jeep.
You watched Kung Fury about 12 times.
I watched Kung Fury.
Right.
I could bring everybody down real quick.
Oh Jesus! All right.
Still missing the dog, which sucks.
Right.
Because I find myself in the morning, because there's a spot she always used to sleep. Mm-hmm. In the morning, I'm half asleep going to wake the kids up to get your ass up for school.
Right.
I hesitate on that step because I feel like I'm going to step on her. And
right.
It's like, oh.
Oh, right.
My feels just felt something. Well, I'm not quite dead inside.
I was just going to say. you hesitate, and then you hear Sarah McLachlan. You're like, where's that coming from?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, it's not funny now.
But yeah. But I mean, it's just been a week. It's been busy.
Yeah.
Tons of rain. You should have seen the shelter I built. Because I had to replace my brake caliper on my Jeep.
Yeah.
And of course, I popped the wheel off so I could see what was going on, and then I had the wheel off for like 2 or 3 days before I could actually do the work.
Right.
And in that time, we got a shitload of rain.
We certainly did, yeah.
And the one day I had to fix it, I was out. It's easy to fix because thank you, YouTube.
Right.
Right, and I have the tools, but
are you Liam Neeson now?
Yes.
I have a particular set of skills.
It's true. Anyway. But I think I spent more time building a shelter
right.
so I didn't get soaked than I did actually fixing the thing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when I went to, get shit out of my Jeep that I needed, because I had my, the sides out, my back out, it was just the top.
Oh, right.
And all that rain, I didn't have my floor plugs pulled, so I probably had like 5 inches of water.
Nice. A nice foot soak with your drive.
It's like, God damn it. So I got to run my hands through this cold rainwater trying to find the plug.
No, what you should have done was just put some, lavender and...
It's true, some Epsom salts.
Right, just like I say, have a nice soak.
Get a nice soak going. Like, oh, Gertrude, this is good on my nails.
It'd be hilarious. You're driving somewhere with that. You get pulled over, and the cop's like, what the fuck? Like, he looks down, just sees... He'd probably think you were parked under a tree, and that a bunch of shit just fell from the tree in there.
Right.
Because I don't think cottonwoods have any effect on soaking your feet. I think they just agitate you.
No, they'll just give you hobbit feet because they'll stick to it.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
That and angry the blood up.
Oh boy, do they!
Fuck cottonwood.
Today was extreme. There was shit everywhere. That fuck cottonwood.
Yeah.
It's my new. I should change it to my Twitter catchphrase or whatever.
Right.
Fuck cottonwood.
What you need to do is just get a plain T-shirt, right?
Right.
And then just take a good picture of you with it. And then you can just change the phrasing on the T-shirt in the picture. Whenever you want. So, however you're feeling. That could just be the new T-shirt.
I like this idea.
Yeah. Although it might be fuck cottonwood for a while.
No, boy, will it. Until that shit goes away.
Yeah, which is a while. Yeah.
A while.
Because it's...
I did have something interesting happening to me today at work. One aspect about my job, Brian, is sometimes I have to go to people's houses.
Which is weird. Yeah.
Which is weird. Because, we deal with a lot of just people at work out of their house.
Yeah.
So
still kind of weird, though.
It is.
Yeah.
So I'm about ready to leave, and the salesman runs up. He's like, "Oh, hey, can you please take this? I was going to do it, but I can't now. Weird Friday. Salesman can't do shit. That's shocking."
Right. Yeah, because it's like, I got to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do have CODs from time to time.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, he's a COD. I'm like, okay, that's fine. He's like, no, he wants to pay in cash.
Oh.
Like, oh, well, I don't have change because I'm not prepared for that.
Right, yeah.
So hopefully he's got exact change. If not, I'm getting a tip.
Right.
So I get to this dude's house, and the way he's lives on a corner, so I had to go around back and park by his garage and ring the bell, and the fucking door starts going up, and the guy in the garage was just in short jean shorts.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
No shirt, no nothing else.
Right.
Nutter jean shorts.
Right. Well, maybe he was a never nude.
That's exactly what it looked like.
He was just preparing to blew himself.
Yeah. Boy, was he. I thought I was going to Mr. Horton's bike shop.
Whoa! Just don't leave Dudley.
Exactly. Dudley, stay in the van.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's going to get that.
Probably not. Dudley was like Carl on Walking Dead before Carl existed. Always getting into trouble.
But so, he's, come on in. I got to get the money.
You're like, by come on in, I got to get the money. He's just rooting around in his shorts.
Who knows? Because I go into his house now. He's like, I got to run downstairs to get the money.
Yeah, and you're expecting him to come back with the gimp.
Yeah, a machete or just nude. I don't know.
Someone just hits you with a frying pan and he just drags you down there.
But he runs downstairs because I hear him coming back, and he's got a milk jug of change, right? He sets it on the table, and my first thought is from the comic shop, if it's one of these change motherfuckers.
Right. Yep.
And it wasn't exactly a cheap bill, you know? It's printing.
Yeah, it's not like it was $5 and you're like, all right, I guess I can take $5 in quarters or something.
And if that guy's like, hold on, I got to run to my bedroom and get my wallet now. And I'm like, okay. And yeah, he had exact change.
Oh, okay.
And the whole time he's making uncomfortable small talk.
Well, he's
because he's half naked.
Yeah. Well, you should have just joined him. Then it wouldn't have been uncomfortable.
Yeah, he runs downstairs and comes back. I'm just in my Under Armour
right.
skivvies.
Right.
Like I don't have his little jean shorts, but I got these.
Your knees up at an uncomfortable level.
Yeah, as usual.
Right. Like, look, I'm Captain Morgan's creepier uncle.
It's Uncle Pete, the one that
it is.
His finger in his butt on the poop deck.
Wait, fingering his own butt? Or?
Yeah, his own. He throws his leg up on the rail.
Naturally.
He's like, oh, yeah.
He throws it up on the edge like he's a ballerina, like stretching.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta get them deep stretches in.
But yeah, so he counts out the proper amount of money and all that, and he's like, am I supposed to give you a tip for coming out here? I'm like, no.
You're like, listen, I've seen enough tips already.
All I want to do is run the fuck out of there. I'm like, no, I typically don't even deal with cash. He's like, oh, really? That's weird. No, you giving me cash is weird.
Wearing your nut huggers, that's
exactly.
fucking weird.
In your dirty, faded never nudes.
In your hazy dukes.
It was fucking weird, man.
Oh, man.
I mean, everyone in the neighborhood probably thought they were reenacting or refilming Back to the Future the way I peeled out of there.
Now, did you get to 88 miles an hour?
Maybe.
All right,
I certainly wouldn't want to go back in time.
Right?
Oh man, it was some
well,
of the shit.
I think
by shit I have to deal with.
I think by going there, you might have gone back in time. I don't. That feels kind of weird.
It was. I mean, all I know when that door started going up, and I just saw like bare feet and then bare leg
right.
and then like bare mid thigh, and I'm like, what the?
Please tell me the door went really slow.
It
was a slow reveal, right?
Yes, that's exactly how it was. It was just like, bzzz, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just see feet, calves, knees, thighs, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I saw the frayed jeans.
There's some like sexy music playing as the doors open real slow, or something like the old song, what was it, the Who Wears Short Shorts or whatever.
Wait, I got exactly what was playing, Brian.
Banjo music.
Come on in.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
And you're right. It was a slow reveal,
which makes it better from my standpoint.
Oh yeah, I mean, in hindsight, it was hilarious.
Right.
But
because if he just comes walking out like that, you're like, whoa. But the slow reveal, it's like, what the oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, wait, like this guy's got really long legs, which means like,
oh geez, and then it's like, oh, no shirt. That's great.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's a good look.
And who lounges in the house in just short jeans?
I do.
Oh, well. All right, fair enough.
Well, I wear my coach's shorts.
Oh, Tobias Funke.
Right, yeah, also him, yeah. And the other never nudes.
Yes.
Yeah. On the upside, if you're a never nude, you can be nude at home, and if someone comes over, you're like, hey, I'm covered.
It's true.
Kinda.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's kind of like a reverse video. You see those like when like the girl gets dared to answer the pizza guy naked.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that, but
maybe
awful.
That's what was going on.
Yeah. Ugh. I mean, if it would have been a MILF like short jeans
right.
and no shirt,
right?
I would have been fine with
sure,
this.
Naturally, Stifler's mom answers the door, and you're like, "Hey, whatever."
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh yeah, I'll come on in.
It's good to be the king. Yeah, yeah. Way to have a double standard.
I do. Sorry, I don't want to see more than middle-aged men and nutters.
Right, you only like the ones that are older.
Exactly.
Oh.
I only want to see them shredded and greased.
Right.
It's gonna look like a Schlitz gay commercial.
Wow. I got a feeling that we should put a warning on this show that says not for anyone under the age of 40, because
it's a lot of old references.
There are. Like somebody's listening going, I don't get most of this. Oh, Game of Thrones, that's cool. Okay, wait, what? Dudley? Who the hell's Dudley? I don't...
Bicycles? What's a bicycle?
Arrested Development, I get that one. Well, let's not talk about bicycles. Neil may be
Tracking,
listening.
what?
Yeah. Tracking, yeah. Oh, man. This is the Salty Language Retro Hour.
Yeah, really.
Or then some.
Well, okay, let's talk about something futuristic.
Okay.
This is kind of... I've been cherry picking the Nerdist lately.
Okay.
Because I'm so behind on podcasts.
Word.
So I listened to we talked to Mike Judge, which was awesome.
Sure.
But beforehand, one of the sponsors they have is they're sponsored by the official Star Wars digital trading card.
Okay.
What the fuck is up with that?
Why would you want digital trading cards?
Exactly.
Like, I even have a hard time with, Magic the Gathering, the digital version of the game. Like, how cards in that have actual value.
Yeah.
And stuff. And
they're not legitimate cards.
Right. Like, you can't... Yeah, I mean, you can get redeemed versions, and... Well, you used to be able to. I don't know. I haven't looked in forever, but... even that I have a problem with, because it's like, hey, if I'm going to spend $100 on it, I want it to be a card that's mine. Not some digital... Like, I'm basically paying to rent your card. So...
Yeah, I mean, that was my thought when I heard the commercial. I'm like, do I really want to... Who wants to pay an X amount of dollars for basically lines of code that look like Yoda?
Yeah. Is there some secondary market to it? Because I don't know if you knew... I
have no idea.
Topps did, an auction thing for a little while that was interesting. They had... It was, digital cards, and they would basically go, hey, we're putting up these 3 players. And,
you know what? I remember that. Because I kind of dabbled with it for a little bit.
And I made a little money off of them, because if you bought the right ones at the right price, you could resell them. Because once they were no longer printed, in air quotes, that's it. So if somebody were collecting, the only way they could get that card, again, air quotes, is to buy from the whatever. So I sold a good amount of stuff that way. I mean, I used to do it with Magic, too, I'd play an event and get tickets, and then pretty much any cards that I won, I would just sell off or trade off for tickets to play in more events. Just to basically, just to be able to keep playing. It was like, I'm never going to be able to actually trade these cards or whatever, but, but a lot of those cards have, insane value, because they only made them once,
Right.
I don't know, though.
I'm trying to find a little
more
something here.
About the Star Wars ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think they're by Topps, if I'm not mistaken. So if it's along the same...
it is Topps,
Okay, if it's along the same lines, I can live with it, but if there's no secondary market, why would you ever pay for digital cards? That seems like something that could be pirated easily. So there's got to be some way of them stopping it. Which I have no idea what that would be. It's just,
Yeah, it's an app.
Okay.
That you initially get credits.
Right.
And you can spend 500 credits to get a pack of cards.
Okay.
There you go.
Is there a game that you can get more credits? Or I also, by the way, kudos to them for credits.
Right.
Yeah.
But the packs that contain rare cards, you have to buy.
Okay. Because, there's been games where they do...
It doesn't seem like it's a game, though.
Yeah, there's been games where they'll do stuff like that. Like the newer Magic one, actually, it's free to play. By today's standards, free to play.
Right.
Which means mostly free to play. And anyway, but you get as you win, you can get packs, but then you can also just buy packs.
Well, it's like I've been playing Hearthstone,
right?
Or Hearthstone, or whatever.
Right.
And it's the same way. It's like it gives you quests, and you get gold when you beat people.
Right.
And then you can trade in your gold and buy packs or do booster drafts or whatever.
Right.
Of course, when you do a draft, you don't get to keep your cards, but generally you get packs as a reward. So,
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've not spent any money on that game, and I'm still having a good time playing it.
Right. Which, usually there's a level, usually it's funny because, you'll start out and it'll be fun to play for a while, and then as you get more submerged into the game, you start finding where that level is.
Yeah.
So where it's
I've kind of ran into that off and on because you play against some people, and they're just like smoking you with these like legendary cards.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can really do about it. It's kind of why I like the the booster draft is called the arena.
Yeah.
I kind of like that because everyone's drafting.
Right.
You know.
Well, and theoretically, as far as the card pool goes, it's luck based, I guess you could say.
Right.
You know, and then obviously there's skill involved from there. Just like with Magic, it was always that way. It's what I did like about booster drafting Magic, you know, was that it eliminates that person A has all the money in the world, person B doesn't, willing to draft. There's a chance that it could level it out a little bit.
Right,
know?
Yeah.
Or
it comes down to more deck building and play skill then.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes there's cards that in the format are just, they're broken.
Well, yeah.
And if you look at one and go, yep, or you just draft because you're like, whoa, hey, look, here's a foil whatever. This is a $100 card or a $50 card. Yep, I'm taking that because, you know, because why not? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
At least I walk out with my money back. So, yeah, that's really weird, though. I don't know why you would want a trading card app.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Because, I mean, I remember buying, you know, various trading cards when I was a kid and enjoying them and having, like, a little tin full of, like, you know, garbage pail kids and those weird fucking Mars Attacks cards.
Right.
You know, all kinds of goofy shit. Because I was like, oh, these are kind of cool.
The G.I. Joe cards where you could get the honor roll cards for the guys who had died. You remember those?
Yes, I do remember those.
I remember you and I buying the shit out of those. Yeah,
so
I know.
I always understood trading cards.
Sure.
But I don't understand digital ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Hey,
dude, you want to see all these sweet cards I got on my phone?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Right.
Smacked the phone out of his hand.
And like I said, unless there's a secondary market somewhere, why would you want them at all? Like, there's no what's the end game of it? You just have
I don't
them.
know.
Why would you just buy these things and just have them in your phone? That's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Especially when it's Star Wars characters, you could probably buy actual trading cards of a lot of Star Wars characters for a lot less money eventually on eBay, you know, if you just watch it.
Right, exactly.
There's a lot of them that have no value to them now.
Yeah, so I have no idea what it is. I just heard the thing, and it was kind of like, it just kind of bent my brain a little.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe we'll have to look into it a little more and see.
I'm sure there is some other end game to it.
Yeah, there's got to be, right?
I know what the end game is. Topps is like, sweet, Star Wars money.
Yeah, because, yeah. Oof.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's really strange, though.
You know what my new thing is?
Keystring? Oh, you said
what?
new. Never mind.
What did you say?
I said keystring. And I said, no, you said new.
I'm really digging fucking Periscope.
Yeah?
It's like, and it's blowing up.
Yeah, it is. I've noticed. Well, you know what's funny to me about that app?
What's up?
Not just that app, but any new social media type app.
Right.
It makes me laugh how the most used word as a descriptor is it's addicting. Like every fucking new app, it's addicting. It's like, slow down. Like, no, it's not.
It's
Clearly,
just because it's new.
You have an addictive personality apparently, and everything just.
It's because it's voyeuristic. People love that shit.
Yeah, and I'm with Bill Burr a little bit. I don't know if you listened to the Monday morning cast. I'm with him a little bit on this. That I'm a little back and forth on it because it's cool, but I don't like the idea of people just sticking their cameras wherever they want to.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the ones I've been, because I don't watch it all the time, but I'll pop it up occasionally, see what's going on. Because like Bert Kreischer's on there, and I enjoy him. Or I don't know. There's something about it that's entertaining. Right. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's addicting.
There is something about it that is
like you said,
you know, Kirk Fox is.
Yeah, it's the voyeuristic angle of it is what's addicting. Really,
Kirk Fox pops it up all the time, and he just rants, and people just chat with him, and it's entertaining. Like he popped it up today, and I was in the can. and if you don't get in at a certain number, you can't chat.
Okay,
like it only supports a certain amount of people for chat.
Okay,
you know.
I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it had chat.
It has chat, and the chat just streams.
I haven't even downloaded it because I don't even know if it'll download on my phone.
Like I'm trying because it uses the Twitter account, so I set it up for the Salty Language one.
Right.
And we have like 50-some followers on it already, and we haven't done anything.
Perfect.
So I'm waiting for time to do something.
So we're taking some of the Kardashian route to fame, right? Doing nothing and then getting followers.
Yes, exactly.
Sweet.
Like I even thought about maybe when I'm setting up for the podcast, just like propping it up on the laptop and let it just see what happens.
Right, then everyone can see you in your nut huggers and
yeah, exactly. Get my shorty shorts on.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because you have to keep it at like crotch level, like if you were standing up. Like that's how you set the level for it. Is you just put your knee up on the chair at an uncomfortable level and put it right there.
Exactly.
Right, and then spend a lot of time with your knee up.
But from what I noticed, the people who use it are a lot of comedians. Use it.
Yeah.
I've noticed newscasters have been using it lately.
I see. When I first heard of what it was, I was like, that makes a lot of sense for news people.
Not for news though.
No,
the ones I've seen,
yeah,
they're like in studio.
Yeah.
In between, like them doing, and they're like,
right, which makes sense because it's the natural progression. Because for a while, ESPN, they were doing Twitter in between the breaks on like SportsCenter.
Right.
SportsCenter at 11 o'clock and beyond. At 11:10, they take a commercial break. Next thing you know, the anchors are on Twitter, coming up or whatever, or they take a picture showing whatever. And then they were doing that a little bit with Snapchat. So it makes sense that Periscope is the next step, on that. So I can see it. But it makes sense for like breaking news though too. If you see something, you could just be like, "Yo, this is going on." Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's cool. I mean, it's a cool app. The ability to watch and throw up live video instantly is really cool.
Now, like the only use, because when you first mentioned it to me a while ago, I was, kind of like, it's kind of like Snapchat to me, to where it's almost like I understand, but it's just not an app that's really useful to me, kind of a thing.
Right.
But it's like I could see us, like, if we go out and do something, I could see us like throwing something out for the salty language one, like, mayhap tomorrow if some shenanigans are afoot,
Yeah, that's already crossed my mind.
Something like that.
That might be a good way to inaugurate it.
Right, like just us throw up a couple minutes or a minute or whatever. I don't know if there's a limit on it or not.
It's however long you want it to go.
But, we could always throw up something like that once in a while or something. But it's like,
like a good guy to use it is, Joey Diaz, that comedian?
I know who he is, yeah.
Okay. Every morning, he, on West Coast time, he gets up and he'll throw on Periscope and he smokes a joint and drinks coffee and he just rants for about 5 minutes and then that's it.
Right? That's essentially doing a podcast.
Yeah, that's basically what he's doing.
Right. Oh, man.
So I can see how it's I don't know.
I can definitely see comedians and it being really useful or fun or kind of different for them because, again, it gives people a different edge of them. But again, I think comedians are going to have to be careful with a lot of this stuff because there's that fine line of you want to get your name out there to everyone, but you also don't want to be like giving away all your content.
Well, from what I've seen, it's just like of the comedians I've watched, it's just them chatting with people or doing their own thing.
Right.
Like the Bert Kreischer one is some guy that he had a weigh off. And the guy was like, well, you're not going to be less than X amount of pounds or whatever. So, like, all these people reach out to Bert on how to cut weight.
Right.
And he lost, like, 13 pounds today.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, because it just popped up on my phone, like, Bert Kreischer's live. And I'm like, well, I'll see what he's up to.
Why didn't he just call Rogan?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure shit. Rogan knows all the weight cutting stuff. Yeah.
But he's talking, and then it's his wife holding the phone. He's talking about how he made this bet with this guy, and the guy's going to owe him $400 because, you can want all these people reach out to him, and then you can hear all these kids in the background. He's like, "Oh, it's my kid's birthday party right now," and then Bert just strips down to like Speedos,
of course,
and then gets on the scale. And he made his weight goal, and then he just slammed a beer.
Yeah, well, all you have to do is hit your weight. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like UFC or whatever. Yeah, it's like UFC or whatever, It's like if you have to be at, 170 pounds, as long as when you step on the scale it says 170, that's all that matters. The second after, you could smash a giant sandwich. It doesn't matter at that point.
Because he's like, I'm sure whatever I'm doing isn't healthy. I don't feel right. I'm a little dizzy.
Well, that's from what I understand, that's pretty typical of weight cut. Yeah. That's why the weight cut is usually a day or two before the actual event. That way they can
rehydrate.
Yeah, because
his rehydrating was a pint glass full of beer and a slice of pizza.
That's what I recommend as a doctor.
Well, yeah. So the more I've been checking it out, the more I've been enjoying it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can see it. I haven't even, like I said, I haven't tooled around with it because honestly, my first thought was I don't know if the iPhone 4 has really any support for it, so
I
haven't even checked. If not, I mean, I could probably put it on my iPad, and like watch I mean, I can record. That has a camera on it, but I'm not lugging my. I mean, it's not that big. It's the iPad Mini, but it's like I'm still not lugging that thing with me everywhere. So
just slightly bigger than my phone.
It actually is. Yeah, it's like I said before. It's like the iPhone 6 Plus. It just I guess also a minus because it doesn't really have the phone on it.
It's funny. When I was setting up the Hangouts for the Salty Language Book Club.
Yeah.
Salty Language Book Club at email or at gmail.com if you want to be involved.
Nice.
Jeannie hands me her phone. She's like, just to download the Hangouts and set it up for me. And I grabbed her phone. I'm like, oh, my God, your phone feels so small. She's got the 6.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. She didn't get the Plus. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
she just got she got the 6. It felt so weird in my hand.
Right. Well,
I'm used to my phablet, as people like to call them.
Holding my phone, dude. You'd be like, what is this thing?
Oh, I know. We still have an iPhone 4 for, like texting in between for the kids and stuff.
And for holding paper down.
Yeah, and whenever I pick that up, I feel like a giant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird how your body adjusts to that shit.
Yeah. I know. It's funny. Speaking of, I was thinking about it today because I missed most of the conversation that was going on in the Hangouts yesterday.
Right.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure they have an app that allows you to talk in the chat groups. And today I was like, I should probably download that, but I haven't done
just
it.
to hang. It's because I downloaded the Google Plus app because I'm like I think it's in that.
Ugh.
No, they're just a Hangouts app.
Oh, good because I hate. Well, I don't know unless they've updated it. That Google
looks
Plus
about
app
the
was
same.
awful.
I'm about ready to re-delete the app.
Yeah,
but the Hangouts, the Hangouts is a cool app.
All right, I'll have to throw that one on my phone. Maybe we'll see if my phone will allow it.
The only thing I don't understand is why Google Hangouts became a thing.
The only thing I can think of, the text-based ones, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't know.
I mean, it's kind of convenient and it's kind of neat to see because it shows you who's like live when you're in there.
But it's like, dude, Kik exists. I mean, you can message through Facebook. You can message.
The only
through
thing
Twitter.
I can figure is you can at any time you can make it a video call, like hey, let's video, guys, and they'll pop it up and you have that Google Hangout thing.
Right, much like you could do with like FaceTime. Like if you have an Apple user, you can switch right to FaceTime.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
other than that, I don't know. Like the video wise, I understand, and that was a lot of it was because Skype, you had to pay in order to have more than one person in a call.
Right.
So the video one makes sense, But now Skype, you can use multiple. You can have multiple people in a call, depending on your device. I actually didn't realize that. Like some devices won't display multiple windows. Like if you're talking to one person, you can see them, but if you're talking to people. Like if someone were to call into our show and they have like an iPad, some of the iPads, they can't see us. They would only see, yeah.
That's interesting.
Because it doesn't support the multiple video thing.
Well,
which is poopy, but what can you do?
It is. It is the poopy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I'll have to look into Periscope. Because I've seen artists use it too. Like a little bit where they kind of like they'll set their phone in a certain spot and record a little bit while they're drawing or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen
like
that.
At conventions and stuff.
And they have an update for it that just came out that's cool because before there was a global button. You hit that and it'll just pull up like the hot ones everyone's watching.
Yeah.
And then a list of like the other ones. But now if you hit it, you can look at the list or you can look at a map. And it'll show you just dots. So you can be like, oh, well, there's a dot in my area. And then you can zoom in on that area and it'll show you who's periscoping. You can watch your feed, which is kind of cool.
Excellent. Start looking for nudity. I mean, I kid. Mostly.
Yeah, I want to figure out an angle to use it for our show.
Yeah, that's why I said it's kind of my thing. Like if we still recorded in the same place,
it would be perfect.
I could see us putting the pre-show on there.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I thought that too.
And really we could, because, you could angle it kind of at the computer, I guess, but,
But they couldn't hear you.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, it won't be the same.
Yeah, because it's not like I can chat back. You just have to talk.
Right.
Because it's live.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't have to have any audio to it, but it'd be really weird for anyone listening
That's
or
true.
watching.
Yeah.
They're just watching us sitting here, scratching ourselves.
That's right, because like earlier, when I started, it was so late for everything, but I was like, oh, maybe I'll throw up the Periscope just in the pre-show stuff while I'm setting stuff up and be like, hey, we got an interview today and just see what happens. But then I was like, I just ran out of time, and my laptop that I want to set on fire was, yeah.
Just give it time. Maybe it'll set itself on fire.
Yeah, this thing's actually pretty hot.
And I was going to say, just start overclocking it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Just ask it to do 2 things at one time. What? Ooh, my.
Ugh, what a pile of garbage.
Yeah. So I got some like entertainment rumors, like kind of comic book based pop culture rumors here. And the first one is there's a rumor going around that Netflix is interested in Jason Statham as Bullseye for Daredevil.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think?
I think he'd be a good Bullseye.
I think so too. He's no Colin Farrell, but
true,
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's funny because I can't decide if Bullseye really needs to be in that costume or something similar or not. Seems like he needs something though, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably.
That stupid look in the Daredevil movie was just awful.
Yeah, with the bullseye burned into his head or whatever.
That was just dumb.
Ugh.
Like, it doesn't even have to be on his head. It could just be, honestly, it could be a shirt, similar to the Punisher. Or like his logo, on his shirt, he's got kind of a bullseye, But, I read that, and I was like, I don't know how much truth there is to it or whatever. It's, rumors and whatnot, so who knows.
Right.
But
that's kind of cool, though, if that's the case.
I probably could live with him as Bullseye,
Yeah, I definitely could, for sure.
Yeah. So, and it's an action role, so, because Bullseye, you don't really need a lot of actual acting from him. He just kind of needs to be really violent. Can
he drive a car?
I don't know.
Is Bullseye supposed to drive cars?
Can he not drive a car?
I don't know.
Oh.
Just saying.
Because that'd be funny if they bring him in and they're like, yeah, we're really interested in you as Bullseye, but it says here you can't drive. And be like, yeah, like normally that's done with like a flatbed and like
CGI.
Yeah, I'm not really driving. Yeah, like but we're really going for authentic on this show. Like, how's the insurance work on that? Don't worry about that. We'll let the guys
about it.
Yeah, we'll let the guys in the suits and ties worry about that. So I thought that was a pretty sweet rumor though. I can live with that one. And another one,
a good rumor,
having to do with Netflix is the rumor is starting to heat up about that Marvel's going to announce Blade, Punisher, and Ghost Rider as the next tier of Netflix series.
I hope so.
And it was like, when I read that, I was like, it's like that's already been that's what everybody's been like hoping for. And then when Marvel got the rights back, everyone pretty much assumed, and so it's like. It's a rumor, but it doesn't really feel like there's nothing that's advanced it. Like, there's no proof kind of a thing. So it's like, it feels kind of similar, but still super exciting because I just want a Punisher show.
Heck yeah, good one.
Honestly, a Blade show might be pretty sweet, too.
I think Blade would be awesome.
Ghost Rider? We'll see.
We'll see.
I've never been a huge Ghost Rider fan. I think that's where a lot of that comes from. I'm just like, Like, the character itself never really interested me that much. But whatever, And then the last thing is, we talked about it a little bit before, that Marvel put out these posters of what their universe is going to look like post Secret Wars.
Right.
And on their posters, there's no characters from the X-Men or Fantastic Four.
Those properties.
Right. And, which is leading everyone to think more and more out loud that Marvel is basically distancing itself from the properties that it doesn't own the movie rights to basically devalue the franchises.
Right.
And X-Men I could see because they could easily devalue the hell out of X-Men and then really quickly make it worth money again.
Oh, yeah, because people are like, oh, shit, X-Men are back.
Right. And the thing is, the problem is that as long as they keep making movies that make money, Universal's not going to give a shit about the comic book. You know what I mean? Yeah. People are still... Enough people know of the X-Men that will keep the cycle going for a long time.
Yes, definitely.
And the Fantastic Four, I think, is a little different because the movies have not been good to this point. So if they keep putting out bad Fantastic Four movies, eventually that and lack of interest in the comic book will make that franchise worthless.
Yeah.
And so that one I could see Marvel getting back way before, because X-Men doesn't just give Marvel X-Men back, it gives the mutants back as well.
Right.
And I could see Universal playing the long game on this one, kind of going, hey, we know you can make a lot of money with this franchise. So if you want it back, I could see Universal even at some point going, or Fox, whoever it is that owns it, I don't remember, and just kind of being like, how about you make us a disgusting offer and then maybe we'll talk.
Right.
You know,
throw us stacks and stacks and stacks of cash.
Look how much money each X-Men movie makes. I mean, it's, you know, like I said, they keep making cash off of them. As long as they do, they're going to keep making them.
Yeah.
It's like the X-Men movies. Yeah. So, yeah, that was the other. But I thought it was kind of interesting. With these posters, like, it shows, like, a female Wolverine. And
really?
Yeah, it shows like two Wolverines. It shows what looks to be Old Man Logan and a female, which looks to be X-23. You know, the clone of him or whatever.
Right.
And then there's a whole bunch of other random stuffs on there.
Marvel nonsense.
Yeah, there's, you know, just a lot of characters. But yeah, no X-Men, no Fantastic Four, which kind of... Bleeding Cool reported a long time ago that they had knowledge that, you know, Marvel was going to do this after Secret Wars. So, we'll see. It's kind of looking like it.
Wow.
Jerks.
Jerks.
But, yeah. What it really sucks for is fans of those properties.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know? I've always liked the X-Men, probably because of the 90s cartoon.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with the X-Men because there's been so many really good X-Men kind of books and storylines. But there's also been some awful ones, yeah. And unfortunately, I bought a lot of both, you know, and because I didn't want to abandon it because it's the X-Men, you know. They're just, you know, they're in a lull. It'll pick back up.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like a year later, I'm like, I got to stop buying this.
Like, oh my God, this is terrible.
What am I
doing?
Wolverine
with his blue bandana and a beast?
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. And Fantastic Four, I've never been a huge fan of.
Yeah, I've always liked Thing because clobbering time.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, other than that, Thing can just suck it.
Right.
I guess since we're on a little bit of comic talk here, have you listened to Geek Dig, the Eric Larson interview?
I have not yet. I was planning on either tonight or, well, probably not tomorrow.
No, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow.
They covered at one point in it the whole like Costume Gate thing.
Yeah,
which I'm glad they asked him about that because I was wondering if they were going to or not.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric Larson's take on it, right? He's talking about how, well, you know, when athletes are doing their shit, they're wearing tights and spandex, which makes sense.
So they totally are. And honestly, over the last since Under Armour has become a thing, what the athletes are wearing seems to be getting tighter and tighter.
Yeah, because compression is the shit.
Well, in like all sports, even like basketball, hockey, all of them are going to tighter fitting clothes.
But so what that got me thinking, though, right? I'm getting off the go listen to the Geek Dig Eric Larson interview. It's a good job, Clint.
It got you thinking about the guy earlier with the nut huggers and how tight those were.
Oh God,
he's an athlete
in
his
they
prime.
Weren't that tight. Jesus, they don't need to look like he's smuggling chestnuts.
Right.
But no, how hasn't any I don't know, DC, let's go DC, okay. Right? How have they not thrown stacks of cash at like Ronda Rousey to get her to like make her some Under Armour fighting gear that kind of looks like Wonder Woman's costume just for one fight?
That's a really good idea.
You know?
Well, honestly, or take your pick of one of the popular guy ones. Having them, again, Under Armour is a great example because they already have the superhero gear.
Yeah.
Like having a guy coming out wearing an Iron Man or whatever. I mean, you'd have to have the comic company behind it, obviously.
Yeah.
For trademark purposes and such. But yeah, you're right. I don't know why.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. Because why not?
They have superhero bodies already.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Well, why not make them? I mean, especially like I said, like Rhonda.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, she's a warrior,
right? Well, and she could fight in the gear too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you could.
Well, the guys could too. A lot of the guys wear really tight shorts. I mean, the problem with the shorts and stuff is a lot of times there's like 80 patches on them, but.
Well, that would be the one thing is they couldn't have all their sponsors.
Right. So it'd have to cost a lot of money is what it would have to cost.
One fight and you give like Rhonda like the top that kind of looks like Wonder Woman's top and you could even give her shorts and a little skirt so it kind of looks like her old school uniform.
Right.
You know give her some like yellow wristbands.
Or Yeah.
I would
was gonna
not
say
do the
tape.
boots.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
The boots. With the
But
high
I mean,
heels.
she could come out, looking like Wonder Woman.
That's absolutely true. You're right.
And like comic book Wonder Woman, not, like Eric Larson's argument was, why have function over art, basically?
Yeah.
When it's a written form, it's drawings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be functional. It's art.
Yeah.
Which is true, but
Yeah.
I mean, with Under Armour and
Well, and I even actually mentioning the whole with all the other sponsors, I was like, you know what though? Remember when John Jones was sponsored by Nike? That was the only thing he had. He had a Nike T-shirt, and his shorts had like a big swoosh on them, and that was it.
Right.
So you could do the same thing. I mean, you'd have to throw Nike money at it, which is going to cost you a couple bucks.
But like Supergirl TV shows coming out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure there's fighters out there that would be more than happy to embrace it.
Oh, dude, I can't remember who it is, but I know there's someone that their nickname is Captain America.
Right.
If they came out in the Captain America shirt,
yeah,
that's
what I mean. Is they could just wear the shirt down to the octagon and take the shirt off, and that could be the end of it, basically. And post fight, put the shirt back on, basically.
I'm not saying I want to see a dude fight and the Captain America cowl on the little wings. And stuff.
I do.
Actually, that'd be kind of cool,
right?
But in that medieval cage fighting we're talking about, you could have the shield and everything.
Ooh, nice. Probably don't want to throw it in that though.
No, it's really good.
Like a bad idea because
Jason Statham good.
You're right. You're probably not going to get it back if you throw it. So,
right.
Yeah, this would be kind of a neat idea, and it might be easier to do in something like Bellator or something like that, where it'd be easier to pay less money to kind of get the idea going. But again, like you said, Under Armour already has the rights to Marvel and DC. Yeah. You just have to get the comic book companies. I mean, it'd be kind of a cool pay-per-view if you could even do it. Like Marvel, Age of Ultron sponsors UFC, and have a bunch of them come out in Avengers gear, and that one guy who's always the asshole or something, like what's his name, Conor McGregor or something, have him come out in Ultron shit.
Right.
I'd just thrown it out, just whatever.
He's got a Loki helmet
on.
Dude,
I'd be so happy to be like, can you get me a Hulkbuster shirt? I'm totally in. But
I think it'd be cool.
I think it'd be really fun. It'd be really interesting exposure too. Because there's a lot of people that already kind of.
So, I mean, if you need someone to look like a superhero, you give them that gear and
top level athletes.
Pick a high level athlete like that
for sure.
They look like a fucking superhero.
Yeah, because no one's going to look better in that stuff than top level athletes. That's 100% true.
Just not big country.
No, I disagree. I actually think he's the perfect one. Can you put him in a Spider-Ham costume, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Ham! I say it here, but if he was anywhere near me, I wouldn't say it. He'd kill me. One shot to the head and I'd be dead.
Unless he had the ham.
No, because that'd probably make him angrier.
You got to toss it over his shoulder.
Oh, all right. Yeah. He's big, though. That's a lot of tossing. Ham's heavy.
You got to toss over his shoulder and run the other direction.
Yeah, now, here's the problem. Ham's heavy, running.
Right.
I still think he could get to the ham and catch me.
It may be. You might have a quick sprint.
We're not talking in an octagon, right?
No, I'm talking in a field.
All right, so I got a chance. I might be able to throw some garbage cans or something in the
Although
way.
I did see a video was it yesterday or today, of a grizzly bear chasing down an elk. So...
Yeah. That's why it always makes me laugh when I see the things with like movies or whatever, and they see a bear and they start running. I'm like, you can't outrun a bear.
Yeah, no, that fucker was turned it on to fifth gear and had that elk. Yeah, it was insane.
It's like bears can outrun the fastest humans ever. The slowest bears can outrun the fastest humans. It's not even close. And if they're hungry,
yeah, right, exactly.
Like you said, they find that next gear. That, don't get me wrong, humans will find a second gear with fear as your motivator, but yeah, nature's not on your side.
It's still not outrunning a bear.
No. It's one of my favorite things. I forgot who it was. Was it Kenny Mayne or somebody on ESPN used to ask every athlete that, do you think you could outrun a bear? On a football field, from one goal line to the other, could you outrun a bear? And a lot of the guys like Devin Hester at the time and stuff were like, oh, yeah. And he's then he shows them the science. It's like, you don't have a prayer.
Yeah, no. You're bear food.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. You're bear shit.
Yeah. It's yeah. Because like some of the guys were like, "Oh, I could juke and jive," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's not. You can juke and jive."
Serpentine.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck with that. Meanwhile,
really.
the bear's just standing there waiting for you, and then when you're done zigging and zagging, it just takes off after you. So, because I think humans have a better acceleration rate, like they get off the block quicker, but across any long distance, the bear's got.
Well, it's like, when you're playing like Donkey Kong or Bowser in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
You just pick up that speed.
Right.
Get all that girth going.
Right. You got to understand you're going to be in last place for a minute, but it's all about the 4 laps, not the first lap.
Once you get that momentum going.
Yeah. You got to make sure you keep enough stars or whatever, or coins, so you don't spin out from hitting other carts, but yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Boom.
Whap.
Long game, son. Long game.
Word.
Oh, man. So you got any other news stories? Or
not really. I don't think so. Let me look at my notes here, Brian.
I mean, I have a couple things about some funny books, but that's what I got to this point.
No.
All right.
I'm fresh out.
Did you catch up on the funny books yet?
I started reading some, but I'm not caught up.
Okay. Did you read any that are this week's?
No.
Oh, okay. You son of a... Yeah.
I wanted to read Big Man Plans, but that just didn't happen.
Yeah, you did. Oh.
Yeah.
I heard that there were a decent amount of books that seemed to be delayed this week.
Really?
Like the comic shops didn't actually get Star Wars and Vader and stuff that came out this week, which is interesting.
It is weird.
Yeah, both of those were pretty interesting, and I'll say this: the story actually meets in the 2 books.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which
That's
is a little
cool.
weird because the words are exactly the same in both books.
Oh,
but
interesting.
I mean, when you read it, you'll understand why.
Right.
And there's different art, so it is a little different. But I want to do a spoilers here from the Star Wars comic, not about what I was just talking about, but this other thing.
All right.
Did you catch that spoiler? They introduced that Han Solo has a wife.
That's not Leia.
Not Leia.
Organa
Leia.
Solo.
Nope. Now, I don't know for sure how, because she just shows up.
If you're a space smuggler flying all over the galaxy, and you
Smuggling
got
that
many
dick.
ports.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to get that dick wet, son.
It's a big galaxy.
I know. And I mean, there's only so many times you could bang Chewbacca.
Well, yeah, before he started throw the sounds of passion.
Exactly. You think Chewie likes, having those tearful showers afterwards?
I feel like this is a podcast we've had before.
It's this is not the Wookiee life debt I signed up for.
Definitely. Oh, man. Yeah, they just, she just shows up, and she's like, boom, I'm his wife, and Han's like, oh, snap, and I was like, so the question is, are they, currently engaged, married, or is it, an ex-wife, or, they just haven't got divorced, or what's the story going to be with Han here?
Well, did she show up and just start trying to, punch out Leia?
Kind of,
sort
yeah.
Of Jersey Shore type situation?
She was shooting at him.
Popping off her fake nails.
Yeah, right? Well, she was shooting at him with her ship, and then lands and comes out, and, because it's just him and Leia in this, secluded area, and then
sensual.
boom, then his wife shows up, Cause,
my God. I
three-way.
got how the next issue needs to go.
3-way.
After that. Okay, the issue after that.
I like how a whole issue is the 3-way. It doesn't, yeah. All right.
Yeah, the whole... All right, so after they have their 3-way.
Double-sized.
it's what's her name? Leia and Han Solo on the Maury Povich show. Determining who the father is.
Right. Meanwhile, it comes out looking like a Wookiee.
Oh, Chewie.
He's just shrugging it wasn't me.
It was.
But we've got you on camera. Wasn't me. Yeah, I got a feeling this is one of those kind of where they throw it out there kind of a thing, but then there's going to be some sort of shenanigans because this kind of really changes things at the moment.
Right.
Because we all know that, Han and Leia,
Get the fucking.
Yeah. well, I was gonna say because of the other books, but I was like, oh wait, a lot of those aren't canon anymore. So, because I remember reading various books where they're married and their kids have like force powers or something.
Yeah, like force powers and shit.
Yeah. So, I don't know if I don't know what's what and who's who, and I don't know. But there's a whole bunch of stuff. I read stuff where people are like, changing canon, the way the internet does.
Oh, boy, do they.
And I'm like, settle down. Just because you needed some outrage this week.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Jeez. Don't you have things to go jerk off to, internet?
Right. It's like, first of all, you know how it turns out.
Yeah, true.
This doesn't change the end game. This just changes the middle part. So.
Oh, no, it changes everything.
Settle down. Maybe she'll just, get burnt to a crisp or something. We don't know. We'll see.
It's true.
Although I gotta say, the cover to Vader, oh my god. Some of these covers and some of the artworks on the sad Vader stuff is fucking great. Because there's another one where it's got the Emperor, like, wringing his hands or something on the cover, and Vader's got his head down, like, oh, behind him. Just...
It's because Vader just confiscated his chattering teeth.
Right?
Or not Vader, the Emperor.
Right.
These are mine now, Vader.
There can be only one master.
He opens up a drawer and have that big, like, throne he sits on. It's just full of toys.
Right? Vader's always trying to get pranks over on him.
Exactly.
He's having none of it. Oh, man. So, I wrote... I'm trying to find out something here. There was something else I was going to talk about in the old funny books. Again, Secret Wars advance the plot a little bit. They explain a little more how and why kind of things are happened and how they've happened.
Right.
Which is cool. I won't get too far into it in case people want to read it. And then the one thing I want to talk about a little bit is a comic called Airboy that came out this week.
Okay.
By James Robinson. And
James!
Dang it, I forgot the artist's name already. Shoot. I feel bad for forgetting his name.
It's J.J. Walker.
Yes. But I expected this, because I know this was an old property that was like public domain and that kind of got rescued or taken by, Image or whatever for this. So I thought it was just going to be, a reboot of this character. And I was like, well, we'll see how it goes. James Robinson wrote some good stuff in the past, so we'll see, So... Anyway, the book actually starts where it's like him talking to the head publisher of Image, and they're talking about like relaunching this book.
Okay.
And spoilers for this, because I'm going to give away some of the stuff in the book. I won't give a lot of it away, but anyway. So he agrees to do the reboot of Airboy, basically.
Right.
And then he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I have no ideas for this. So his wife is like, well, why don't you bring an artist in and kind of work together to get ideas? So he brings an artist in, and they get a hotel room, and the artist is like, all right, well, let's go, and he's like, yeah, let's go get a drink. So they go get a drink. And while they're there, he's like, man, I got nothing. And he's like, you know what always gets me going? Let's go get some Coke. And it's just, it goes from there, basically. Like, they just debauchery and all this about them trying to come up with, and I'm assuming most of this is fictional, but it's, whatever. Right. And anyways, it's just them having, like, this ridiculously crazy night.
It's like Fear and Loathing?
A little bit, yeah. Like, and towards the end of it, he's the next morning he's kind of like, hey, let's do some more Coke and whatever, and then like there's a word bubble that's kind of, again, spoilers, word bubble things, and it's like, no, gentlemen, it's like that won't stand, and then they look over and it's the Airboy character, and that's going to be the next issue, but like the covers to it, like they show like the next 3 covers in the back of the book.
Right.
And all the covers show, it looks like they get into shenanigans with this Airboy character. Like, they're just all this, like, debauchery type guys. Like, they drink and smoke and do all this other stuff. And he's, like, this, like, Boy Scout, basically, like, no, kind of a thing.
Right.
But it was, but it was really funny. Like, I really enjoyed it. So.
I'm going to have to check it out. Airboy, huh?
Yeah, I strongly recommend this book. For this issue anyway. I don't know how it'll go from here, but I really dug it. It's good times. Oh yeah.
Oh wait.
Whoop, whoop. Oh
yeah.
There you go.
There you
go. Noise. So yeah, that was my actually of the books I've read so far this week. That was the one that entertained me the most, except maybe Big Man Plans, but I won't get into that because I know how.
Yeah, I'll have it read soon.
But that's
if I can ever find a charger for my
right
shitball tablet, then I'll have it read because it's ready to die on me.
Issue 3 of 4, sadly. So
I know. Hopefully, to become a future Peter Dinklage project.
We can only hope.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Even if it's just a short, and
I get it.
No pun intended there. No. Well, maybe no. Speaking of shorts,
all right,
and I don't mean the nut huggers. No, go watch Kung Fury.
Oh, nice.
After you buy your Salty Language T-shirt.
$14 on tfury.tfury.
Not T-Fury.
Teespring.com/salty language.
Boom. Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Oh, I'm spent.
Yeah, so.
We had an extra long enthusiast today, so I'm a little worn out now.
Yep. Yeah, we're an hour and a half, so that's
fine.
That's fine.
That's respectable.
It's not robust, but it's fine.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. It's all right, This episode's watching its figure,
It is. It is.
It wants to make sure it fits into those nut huggers.
Yeah, boy, does it. Good Lord.
Yeah. So yeah, go check out saltylanguage.com because Tony will have the links and the video of Kung Fury up there.
And hopefully the Hoff video if it's on YouTube.
Right. We'll have the links to the T-shirt thing and the other stuff we've talked about this week. Along with, if you click the interviews tab, you can check out all the enthusiasts that we've talked with and such. And all our social media links are up there. Past episodes. You can see the networks we're part of, such as Tangent Bound Network, Pod Gods Network, Musings of a Geek Network.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment, and the Wicked Radio Network. So yeah, go check. There's links to those, so go check out shows on those networks as well, because there's good time folk over on there, and there's a little something for everybody between those networks.
Heck yeah, there is.
Yeah. If for some reason you find that you still have time after listening to all of our episodes and watch Kung Fury a bunch of times.
When you're not totally dehydrated from the amounts of fluids flying out of you because you're so excited to hear our voices.
Right. Or from watching Kung Fury.
Or Kung Fury.
Right.
Yeah, I don't recommend listening to our show and watching Kung Fury at the same time.
No. That could cause a rift in space-time. 2
things will happen. If you're male, your prostate will explode and no one will ever find any remains.
Which is probably not good.
If you're female, your vagina will quiver so hard it'll rip open space and time, thus making a singularity in your living room.
That's a pretty interesting trick, though.
It is. It's the old vagina black hole maneuver.
Yeah, the old.
Yeah.
It's done all the time.
Annie Oakley pulled it off once.
That's what happened to, I can't think of her name now.
Plain Woman.
Amelia Earhart, yeah.
There you go.
I couldn't think of her name.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
She was falling asleep at the stick.
Yeah.
So she just tried Keegling to try to stay awake. And then she opened up a rift.
And then gone.
Yep, gone. Singularity. Yep. Sucked her into nothingness.
It'll happen.
Exactly.
And you've been warned. You can't.
I respect women. Their vaginas are powerful. They create black holes.
They certainly do.
Scientific fact.
It's true. Fact, yeah. So, yeah.
I have a microphone. I'm on the internet. Fact.
You can't argue with it. Good call. Good call. All right, so I guess, do that. You can, if you want to contact the show, you can hit us up on the Twitter machine at salty_language. I'm at Stunami.
I'm at Monotony.
Oof.
Pay attention to the Twitters for future Periscope things, maybe.
The future.
Yeah,
I think that's about it.
With
that, you have a beer, you'll be fine.
Sorry. Stay salty.
Go to sleep, damn it.
Have a coffee?
Yes,
Jesus.
savages, go to sleep already. And go piss rocks.
Go to fuck to sleep. That book. Book club.
This is take number.
Rebound!
Wow.
Rebound!
What the fuck do you want?
Oh, good. Hey, I've got a new jingle for a promo for this charity strike. You want to hear it?
No, it's quite all right.
Here it goes.
Okay, good.
Trigger Mike and me live for double team rebound if you listen to our show.
Fuck? What? That was fucking awful.
No, was it?
Who told you to sing that?
I did.
No, it's awful.
I am a great writer.
No, stop.
Dude, okay, I got another one. I think you'll like this one.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I left a good part out of it, so here you go.
You're good. Trigger, Mac, and Rebound will suck each other's dicks if you listen to our show.
That is awful. Who the fuck thinks that's good?
Anybody that doesn't like midlife, I left that motherfucker out of that.
Yeah, he surprisingly this time was not the problem.
Are you sure?
What? Hey.
All right, I got another one. I don't like it, but I'll throw it out there because I wrote it anyways. I don't know why I wrote it. I don't know why I wrote it, but
I don't know why you.
Here we go.
Trigger, Mac will swallow Rebound's massive load if you listen to our show. It's about sports.
I stand corrected. That was fantastic.
What? No, not that one. No,
yeah, that was great.
You're both
so if you guys like sports and swallowing massive loads, check out the Charity Strike. CharityStrike.com, Facebook.com/The Charity Strike, and hit us up on the old twat box, everybody, at the Charity Strike. No E at the end of it, because we were drunk when we signed up.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
You are now leaving the world of Musings of a Geek Podcast Network. Stay geeky, my friends.